I want to start first with just defining digital transformation. And Brian, I know you are knee deep in this transformation at your store. And I'd love to hear how you define digital transformation and some of the things that your team is working on to kind of meet the needs of the current customer.
Well, I would say, a lot of people define it as digital retailing, or they have different modern retailing. I think that the best way to say it is just, it's wherever the customer wants to purchase, however they want to purchase, making it as easy as it possibly could be for them to purchase. If it's at their house, if it's virtually, if it's in the showroom, or any combination in between. There's no, I used to think there was a defined, clear, linear path, but it's not the way that consumers behave. And I don't think in the age of Instacart and Apple and all these other omni-channel retailers, Walmart Plus, that there is one way of digital transformation. It's basically just eliminating friction, not just for your staff, but also for your associates, and making it easier by reducing friction for both.
There are a lot of things that potentially could cause some friction if trust isn't there. How do you go about designing a team around what the transformation is trying to achieve? And in the digital world, right, it's to meet the customer where they want to be. And then ultimately the result is profitability and higher CSIs, right? That's really what we're battling for. So how would you approach that and give some tips to our audience?
Yeah, I think there's a foundation and a certain amount of trust in the organization, then all of a sudden things can go pretty well. Conflict isn't something that we have to avoid because it's going to be done respectfully, constructively, and it's even necessary when you're making changes. Because if I'm in an organization I'm leading, I don't have all the details, right? I need people to push back on me respectfully, constructively, so I make sure that we're accounting for all the different perspectives. And so that's why trust is really important, because you're going to need it. It's like that bank account, like you talked about. You make those deposits because now during times of change, that's when you're going to draw on that. And then the reason I think that people follow a leader like Brian in your example is because you're a straight shooter. You're giving people the information. They want you to be truthful with them. You don't feel like, well, what are you not telling me, right? Those are the types of leaders that you don't want to follow because you're not sure you're getting the whole information. Like you can take the challenging news of something's going to change, something I'm used to is going to change, but you want to be very clear about the motivation behind it. And so I think that's where transparency helps to create more trust.